to the Infernoid ladder climb. This is Benji. This is Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. Here is my Infernoid Unchained Beansmith deck, and I will be playing it from Master 4 until I either reach Master 3, rank down again to Master 5, or I get close to ranking down and then get myself back into it. So we're currently 45 and 32, and we're going to get going right now, and I am going to play this one live. I've been doing all the other episodes while sitting down, not paying as much attention as I could, just to play through the format, get my dailies done. But today we're just going to play the matches and try to win and rank up. So we have lost the dice roll, and our opponent is choosing whether they want to go first or second, and they have chosen to go first, so we will be going second. I don't play a lot of hand traps because I feel like my engines take up too much deck space, so I play 3 Dark Rulers. I do play 3 Ash and 3 Max C. We have opened 0 interaction for our opponent's cards. They have 15 in extra and 35 in main, so our grass, should we get access to grass, will mill for 20 plus. They appear to be on the Oyster's Voice. We have 2 playable, like, starter-ish cards. We have Engraver. Oh, Grie, really? Well, 2. Oh, that doesn't look like they're doing very well, although they may have Plasma Hand Trap. But they set cards, so they can't use Bolshami for me. So we've drawn Infernoid, which means we have the ability to do something about... We could summon an Infernoid, so we have an extra play here. Do we want to play into Fall by the Grave? Do I want to normal summon Snow or Poplar? I think we start with Engraver. They're probably going to called by it, because what else are they studying in this deck? And they have called by, so that is the end of the Beansmith engine for this turn. I don't know if we need it. Otherwise, I could start off with Petrula to pop back row and then hope I don't get ashed on Poplar, which is probably what we're going to do. Trying to think of like there's a way to get use of this Harmodic. I don't think so, so I could use Harmodic to flop my card or their card, so I think I'm going to try and do that, because that might be less obvious. So we're going to start with Abomination's Prison. We're going to grab one of the trap cards for the Unchained deck, the other Escape from the Unchained or Prison. That way I could pop a trap and then I'll have access to both traps. So we're going to grab Chamber. It's the one that if you end on a very low Unchained count board, you're more likely to get access to them again. So we're going to set this, and I'm going to summon my Infernoid Petrula, and we're going to try and pop our Chamber. Also, by summoning that and Infernoid and Inherent Summon, our opponent is likely to fire off Maxi right away, because they don't want to like give up more cards to give up more free special summons. So they haven't activated Max C. They activate, what do you call it? Okay, so not much we can do about Ash. But they have already started off with pre-prep, so they have not a lot of monsters. We have a trap in graveyard. Poplar is going to be our summon, and they will probably be able to stop Poplar, which there's not much we can do about. Avzar, the set card is Imperm. We do have a DD Crow effect to use. Okay, so we've gotten access to original. So I don't have a level 1 Engrave at the moment, so I'm going to go straight for Decatron. Poplar's going to take a seat in the back row. This way I have 2 Fiends, and I can try and get into some Unchained cards. We're going to activate Decatron and Poplar targeting itself, put it back row. That way it can go to the graveyard on a future turn, and it can put something else in the back row that we might need there. We have got Super Folly. That explains why our opponent hasn't been doing that. What are they going to go into? Probably Garura. There's Garura. Yeah, defense position. Poplar's now in the back row. We have 2 Fiends Engrave. We could send an Infernoid that we could summon. So I fit Sensei's Moss. I don't really want to attack into these. I don't have a Snake Type card in my deck at the moment that I can use. What do we do here? I'll take like a lot of damage if they attack me with Garura. So my options are Sensei's Moss and summon it. But if I attack the Garura, they draw a card. Or I can just like pass, hope I live. So I am going to Sensei's Moss as it's a card I can summon next turn, but I am not going to be summoning Infernoid this turn. I will just try not to die. The problem with putting the Poplar back row is I can't use original to search Snake Eye Ash on the follow-up, but I don't know how helpful that would have been anyway. Our opponent's probably got another free prep. Okay, that explains why they weren't doing anything, because free prep is hard what's the turn. So that means they're probably off the races. We're probably going to lose this duel, because they will use Freres to summon Late Ball Guardian, then Guardian will search for low, and we are effectively dead. There's no one card we're going to be able to play through with them to negate every turn, especially when we can't target. That's an interesting choice. Who they have low? Am I just dead? Because this is 2,000, 2,000, and this guy does 3,000. They discarded Saphira to, I think this can ritual summon. Oh, the Odd Eyes. Will they be able to summon it? Without tributing anything? Okay. 3,000 and not 25, so we are not dead. Okay, so we will hope for the best. Unless they have a way to do damage that I'm not predicting. Alright, Bonfire is pretty good. Let's see. I gotta read prayers. Prayers like summons if we remove their card. So if face up like monster you control, leaves the field by opponent's card that. Okay, so we are going to summon Sightsmoss. Banishing both Infernoids. We're going to attack over Spill Guardian. That will not trigger prayers. Then we'll use the effect to banish a card on the field. The card we'll be banishing will be the Ceravis or whatever it tags out into, because odds are it's going to tag out. 2 Spill Guardians already in the graveyard. We're going to activate Sightsmoss to banish card field. Then we're going to use Bonfire to search for Snake Eye Oak to special summon the Decatron Bath. Alright, so we just have to hope that we don't just die to, what do you call it? Ash Blossom. Snake Eye Oak, because that'll get us 2 bodies, but Decatron is banished, so we're getting back a free Infernoid. So normal Oak, target Decatron, revive Decatron. And we have now 2 Fiends, so if the card in hand is like not good, then they're in a lot of trouble. Do I activate? Do I do Deviati and protect myself from hand traps? Or do I just like rush in with more Infernoids? So I will be sending, I think I'm going to send Deviati to have the defense against monster card, the defense against certain cards. We're going to link these off for Bird. Now, currently I only have I have 2 level 1 fires in graveyard, Poplar included. I'm not going to use Poplar. I'm going to put Poplar back in the deck for original. And then I'm going to put Poplar on the bottom of the deck. And then I'm going to grab Snake Eye Ash. Or is there a reason to grab Decatron? There's no reason to grab Decatron. So I'm going to grab Snake Eye Ash. Then we are going to put Garura in the back row, so I don't have to deal with popping it. I don't have Poplar in my back row at the moment, so that's in the back row. So now if they had Nib, they're not going to get a draw. We're going to link the Decatron off with the Flameburge into Moon of the Closed Heavens, since our Engraver should be on now, because it was called by it on our turn. So we're going to activate Flameburge, we're going to target and bring back Poplar. Oh, I have a Poplar back. Oh, then, never mind. All right, so they concede, and we are now at 46 and 32. 1 game up into Master 4. And we've also completed one of the practical exams. Neat. And I will look at all that stuff later, because it's not important right now. We need, I think it's 4 more wins. I was paying 100% attention to that. All right, so our opponent has the Sky Striker mates, the Arwing Dice Roll Fool. All my, what do you call it? All my aesthetics are meant to be like high fire things. I think my field is like, is the Sky Striker field though? All right, so we open 2 Decathrons, which is not necessarily what we want, but we can now shuffle 1 back to make sure that our, what do you call it, is live. What I'm saying is I can use a Kingsmith sequence to put back a, what do you call it, a Decatron to make sure I can resolve Void Piece. Do I want to send the Noid enough that I would change Charvara? No, because I need Charvara to pop my chamber. Charvara being at 3 is fantastic in Master Duel because of quick effect to summon it, and it also does not lock into Fiends after you link it off, so I'll also be able to do a lot of other plays here. So we are going to use Abominable. We're going to use Charvara to trigger Chamber, and Chamber is going to bring out, we have normal summons, so I guess in this case we bring out Shahama, so we just have to pop our trap card with. That's 3 summons so far. One hasn't done anything yet. I don't know what they're triggering there. They seem to be implying they have something. It's not clear. Don't want to make Yama now. I want to at least make sure I have a follow-up. So I'm going to grab Aruha, which is a follow-up on the trap card if everything else goes badly, but at this point I'm going to stop playing Infernoid. I'm going to start playing Snake Eye. So we're going to use Snake Eye cards going on here because we have Bonfire, Poplar. Poplar's going to get Original, and Original's going to send Decatron to summon Snake Eye Oak, which is going to bring back the Decatron. But we'll set Escape because we've already used Chamber. It helps playing 2 and 2 in the deck. That way, when I use one, I would see immediately on the deck list if there's only 3 left and which ones are duplicates, if any. Our opponent did not draw us, which is good. So we're going to activate Bonfire, search Poplar. Poplar for Original, Original for Boat. We're just going to play as hard as we can with Nib, because I don't care about that. Because we just trigger Yama, bring back stuff. We have. They seem like they have something since they had responses at different points. I do really want to get a second Infernoid in play, so that is like the important game plan right now. So we're going to send Decatron to grave, because I don't necessarily need a Fiend on the field for anything right now. I actually have 2 Fire Fiends in graveyard for, what do you call it? For, this is bad. So we're going to use Oath, bring back Decatron, get our second Infernoid in grave. Just thinking. So I keep looking in different directions because I have a teleprompter, and the teleprompter right in front of me has a copy of my screen from OBS on it. So I look up at it sometimes, and then my master tool is actually on another monitor below me. So if I keep looking down, it's because I'm looking towards the bigger screen, and I should also be looking straight ahead at this tinier teleprompter screen. So at this point, let's see. We will send Deviati have the monster gate. We will activate original. I'm sorry, a Snake Eye Oak, sending the Poplar. Do I want to send Poplar? I can do Poplar for, I don't really want to add any one of my level 1 fires right now. So we're going to summon Flamebird. Flamebird? Poplar, if I put in the back row, there aren't 2 fires, but I have to link off the Decathlon then to get my fires, which is fine. I'll put Poplar in the back row. We're going to be linking off the Decathlon because our opponents sees we've had the monster protection. Now we'll show them we don't care about the monster protection. If I need to use it, I just use the Decathlon tributes. That's all, I guess. I can't say our opponent would win unless I make a board that's too big and I don't have room for my gates at the end, which is a problem sometimes with this deck. So we will. I don't see anything worth putting in the back row at the moment. So we will now go for Moon of the Closed Heaven. Flamebird. We have our light beans, so we can go in the sequence, so we don't even have to play Fiendsmith cards otherwise, but we can. So we might as well. Now, one of the things is I definitely have to stick around the graveyard since there was one in my hand. I can't really resolve East for maximum value at the moment, so I will have to give up my negation protection here. Let's put Seismos in here in case we want to summon a monster. Then we will, let's see. We're going to link off the Oak with the Yama for Promethean Princess so we can get back the Flamebird, so it's on the field. This is where our board starts to get too big. Flamebird is nice here, and it is going to take up a lot of space on the board. And the Decatron's going to link off for the, what do you call it? What? All right, so Promethean Princess Bizarre Flames activates. We're going to put back the Flamebird. I'm going to put it behind the Princess at the moment because I'm definitely going to be off the Princess. So put in the back row. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything worth putting in my back row. I might put Travar in the back row so I think it's popping at a trap card. But I don't feel the need to rush my Flamebird activation. So Foplar in the back row already. We could get Ib here if they're waiting. What card can they have to activate, but then not activate it several times? So let's start going in the direction of cards. So at this point, I think have the Flamebird is on the field. We can get Beam Locked, so we can go into the Ruha. Now I need to get a card to link off with onto the field. Putting the Flamebird here is probably technically not a good play because I am locking myself out of, let me call it, I'm playing into the Anima column. So we have, at the moment, Ruha, we're going to trigger the trap to summon Sarama, then we get to put something in the back row, whatever we want. I will be putting, let's see, do I want Escape or do I want Chamber? But we have both. In this case, I will probably set up Escape because my board is pretty full. We pop the roof, switch. Get us another card. Summon Rikea, I think. I'm in nothing. So I'm going to try not to leave 2 water beans on the field. That way I can't just get super volleyed for Rikea plus Caesar, which happens a lot. So we might as well make Caesar now since we have access to it. Though now if they were waiting for anything, they've passed on their opportunity to nib. I don't need Sarama here. The only problem with this board is I've set up Escape. This is what, the little mistakes that I've set up Escape, but I also don't have room for Escape. Now I'm going to have this sequence on my board that's going to be just in the way for my Infernoid to be summoned. Then a Fusion summon, and then I want to find a way to get this sequence off the field, which is going to be the hard part. So we're going to put back the Decatron and the Deviati to summon Evil. So now I have 1 spot on the field. I should have probably put back Seismos, so I have the out in the summon 2 Infernoids. But is what it is. I am Peen locked, so I'm going to here to make another Yama. I think our opponent's getting ready to scoot. Otherwise, what are we frozen here for? Oh, I have braver access here. So I can, and I probably will be making a... So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a second Yama, not because I want to make a second Yama and have all my Yamas in use. I want to make a Unchained Soul, and that way I can link the Unchained Soul up into Unchained Soul of Raid in order to do that with the engraver. So we're going to be footing back sequence so that we have the Optimum Fusions on the next turn. Yeah, I have too many cards on the board, but I got to get better at like not leaving those cards on the board. But it's very easy to be greedy in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to link these off, so I don't have my follow-up Yama, but I can use Yama on bulk turns to get things rolling along here. So we have Soul of Rage. I'm going to pitch the Banishment, putting a deck front graveyard, which is part I can revive off of a Flamebird. So I'm going to put Flamebird. What do you call it? I'm going to put front graveyard to be summoned off Flamebird. Then I'm going to put Flamebird. I'm going to use Flamebird to put deck front in the back row. And I could also put like Snake Eye Oak in the back row, but then I definitely won't have room on my board. So we're going to be putting the deck front back row. Now we just have to get one of our monsters off the field, and then we can use Breath. And we could start off by just putting the Decatron on the board, and it'll immediately tribute a monster. So I can set up like a Spell Trap Negate to start off the turn. And we'll just hope our opponent scoops to all this stuff. This is just too many things on the board. So my opponent will touch some off. I was thinking it would be possible to use my Unchained Soul of Rage to link summon, and then negate my own summon with Blood to clear space for another Decatron. We're going to start off with the Inoku Negate, since we have enough stuff that deals with monsters. If I really need to clear my board, I can use Escape. So send an Inoku, and we have 54 seconds to play with, which is not a lot of time in the grand scheme of things. So now my Caesar isn't necessary, so I'll probably be using the Inoku effect to tribute the Caesar. Opponent's on Wedged. They've got Wedged Temple here. Well, I don't have room on my board, so I think I'm going to start off with Rage on Wedged Temple, and I'll just add a card back to hand. So we're clearing up space. So, a matter of fact, I'm going to put one of my Yamas back, since I'd like to have a Yama in my deck to play it. Okay, so we've recovered a Yama. Caesar has no negates now. We have an Inherent Summon negate with Permanent Flood. All right, we have too many cards on our board at the moment. I can apparently Void Beast. I guess that's for Tooth the Trula. Let's just do it. They have a trap card. We'll get it off forward. So we have to select one at a time, which is annoying. You pick one, and then it determines if you have space for more cards. So we have one deck Tonic Graveyards. We got Ash can get a second one. For Caesar's on now. We have a Spell Trap VA. Our opponent's definitely dead. There's nothing they can possibly do. There's no card that could be set that doesn't make it here. Let's pop this because we have the ability to pop card. They have Fall By. Fall By would trigger my Flood, but they have no cards to banish. So there's no point in using that. My Philip can attack, so there's no reason in not negating this effect. So unless our opponent also has, like, what do you call it? Unless our opponent also has access to... Oh, a Veiler? Okay. In the long run, none of this really mattered. So they ensured my first test was down, which I was probably not getting on the board anyway. I'm not going to banish anything with Blood. There a reason to do anything else? Well, Patrula is not really doing anything here, so we'll just make that Yama we got back. So this is our first summon of the turn. So we basically play around it already. I guess I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with this hand. There's too many things to do. I guess we get back Sarama, and we use Sarama to set up a monster negate. Or, like, what would we need to negate the most? Because what I'm going to do here is use Flame Verge to put something in the back row. Doesn't really matter what I put there. I guess I'll put Evil. And I'm going to use, okay, Ogre on Flame Verge. Well, now that they've revealed they have nothing, we will just use Flame Verge to get some cards, and then we will just attack our opponent per game. They're a banished level 1 fire. Oh. Let's just do some math. We have just under 3,000 plus 3,000 plus 2,000. That's 7,800 plus 200, and it's game. So our opponent can't do anything. None of their cards are effective in any way. So we just text. Hiya. Take that. Take that. Take that. And finally, take one of these. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Map. They add up a bunch of thousands and then see how many hundreds are off by. That was 3,200 short of 3,000 and 2,000, which is 78. Okay, and we are at 47 and 32. 3 more wins to master 3. Seems like I got almost all my dailies out of the way. We're at 6 days until the dailies are over. Today is April 24th when we're recording. Yeah, I'm going to try and rank up today. See if we can lose our dice roll and our opponent just beat us at max C, and then be right back to struggling to get to master 3. We win the dice roll, we are going first. It's time to duel. All right. Wow, our hand is whack. This is one of the cooler things we can do, though, is we can activate track to pitch the Sharvara and use our normal summon on the Lurie. So we run Sharvara, so we have another play. If our opponent does hand trap us, we can use Thrust to... If our opponent hand traps us, we can use Thrust to set a trap card, and then we could, what do you call it? Set a trap, and then use Thrust to summon. So we're going to summon Engraver. Now, unfortunately, my deck does not play. So I don't play, what do you call it? Necroquit. So I don't have like a 1-card play off of that. What do? I can activate Sharks. Could activate Shayama to summon itself and then link off for Yama or Sequence. This hand's pretty bad. After this, I still have access to Evil, so we will be going with that route. But we are going to pop Engraver. What I meant by evil is I meant I would have access to the Engraver in the graveyard, but I'm using it now, so I don't have as much access as I was saying I do. So we're going to put back the Requiem, make sure it exists in the extra deck now. Now I can go into Yama, but I don't really have anything good to go into unless they hand trap me. If we go into Sequence, we can try to shuffle back for, what do you call it? Sequence would then, oh, yeah, I guess we can still do some sort of an Unchained combo here. So this is just not the great hand. But if they negate this, then we're doomed anyway, and our hand was bad anyway. Well, that doesn't play into Thrust, so we are doing nothing. I'll activate the event, because I actually would prefer them over this. Alright, and we pass. So nothing to do here. Our hand was bad. And our opponent is on Lab. Okay, so welcome Labyrinth. Oh, we're still in the main phase. Yeah, I'm going to say I would like to stay in the main phase. If I activate Rust, what do I set? There's not much I can set that does anything. Like, it'd be my best interest if they activated Welcome Labyrinth there. Then I chain Act, and then they summon Arius. Arius runs over this. I guess we pass and just hope their hand is bad. But I don't care about them getting Arius. Get negated. Yeah, they still need access to their trap card or their monsters. They have to get rid of a card of the trap card, which currently we don't know if they have. They could have one. Opponent's name is JH. Something in another language. I will assume it means, I assume their name is Joe Hendry. Say his name if he appears. All right, blah, blah. Yep, punch with Arius. So next turn we can bring back the Engraver, go into Requiem, summon the other Engraver, and then send Arius to the graveyard again. Maybe force them to trigger a monster effect again, and then bind Breast again. So make the attempts to do the exact same play we just did. And we have a normal summon now. Finally, a play that like makes sense and is useful. So we will try and do this first, I think. Put Sequence back so it exists in the extra deck. Okay, so they've activated a monster effect. If I ash them now, do I care about them having a trap card again? So if they do Welcome, there's none of the cards that they summon off of Welcome or Big Welcome matters yet. Like, it could matter, but it doesn't matter current. They obviously didn't have Fall By, otherwise I would use it. That's probably Welcome. Or if it's Daruma, they can't really use it. Well, they can use it because they have a monster in Face Up. My Thrust is on. I don't want to get rid of their monster yet. So, like, getting rid of their monster might force them to use, like, Big Welcome. So if they want to Thrust. Okay, so if I Thrust now, the card's live. They have 34 in deck. We have 52 in deck. That's Brass for 18. I'm going to Thrust now. I'm going to try and get Brass. And it might encourage them to use Big Welcome early to try and randomly hit Brass. If they miss Brass, I have Bonfire. If they have Bonfire, I have Brass. So we go into the casino. I saw both Unchained Dogs, and I saw Flame Birch. We will use Red Dog to set a trap card. Like, I'm surprised they haven't spoofed yet. It could be that they're on the, what do you call it? I don't really want all my cards to get banished, so what we do here. Infernoid to summon, but now I can send their card to graveyard. They might want me to activate something in response to their trap cards. I'm just going to use Requiem to use Engraver to send away Arius. You have Milven Oak, which is not bad. But he will Bonfire for Flar so we can gain access to the original. Original can get second from. And I want original in my hand, so it gives me a follow-up play should they like banish up everything from my field with like some simultaneous Effusion Cannon. Let's see. My opponent's waiting for me to make burst of forwards. I'm probably paranoid. Will go into sequence and then used for evil. And we were playing with all like low-level monsters. That's the idea. Do I want the back row? No, I'm going to put it in the back row later. So let's fusion some for evil, so we have a level 1. That way we can't really use linear Effusion Cannon. Okay, whatever. I know what I was dealing with now. They are probably dead. Because the card in our hand has to be like nib to do anything. It might not be that effective where they are. So we'll use Shyama to pop chamber to summon. Only one trap, I think, right? But I know the Ruha, so I'm going to summon Sarama. We'll use Sarama to set and summon Ruha. Well, it's going to set a Ruha and then pop a Ruha. Like, I think I have game on board if I just attack. If I summon the AF. There's Abominable's not in graveyard, and our opponent concedes, and we are 3-0 in this run, so I guess when I am sitting in front of the computer paying a little bit more attention to do better. But in these pre-recorded games where I have to cut out dead time and talk through my plays not when I'm doing them, so not knowing exactly what and why I'm doing it. Not that I've known every play I was making 100% perfectly. I've obviously just rambling, fought myself as hard. I'm not the best at this. There we go. We won another dice roll, so I'll take it. Here are 2-way, I think, from Master Greatly. Going first again. Our opponent Maxed us. We got hand trap. Oh, we ashed the Maxed. Sorry, I think. How do you play the Maxed? We didn't have to. On the mini. So we will start off with So we're going to start with Abomination's Prison. One of the things I try to do is like pitch Travara off of Black Witch, but I don't think it's really ever worth going out of my way to do that. So we will just start off. I don't have like an Unchained to do anything with, so this spell being a trap doesn't make a difference. Being a monster doesn't make a difference. Okay. There goes Wanted. Okay, we almost done in this. I have to. Such a bad thing. But it's dead. Well. So we activate Abomination's Prison. Can get Sharvara. That way we can set a trap card when we link up in a second. I lose no matter what to negate this. Lose loosely is the what we say. So we're going to summon Requiem and just fire off priority to. Oh, that's quick fight. So I have to use Travara first. Oh, fuck. I did that wrong. But what's the point of that? For some reason, I thought I put Travara in the graveyard, which was not what was supposed to happen. That was just dumb. That was just a misplay. My brain was like getting ahead of where I was going. What I was going to do is set the Hearty's Feather Duster and then summon the Travara. So, yep, faster. So, the goal was to use Requiem, summon Engraver, then set Duster, then go into Travara, then link into Yama to set a trap card and search a Ruha, do a bunch of Unchained Bird plays, and then bring back Engraver, and then link into Abomination. So, our opponent has Lordly Load, which I don't know if it is full combo. I think it's full combo, so I think we're dead. But I can attribute to being completely helpless. I can contribute to what he thought. Being helpless, I contribute to the misplay or just getting ahead of what I was thinking. I really don't want to like waste time on games cannot win, so I will be conceding. So we are at 48-33, and we will try again. We are, I believe, 3 away. 3 more till Master 3. Running for 40 minutes. This probably cut down significantly since my editing software lets me remove all dead time. So anytime I'm not talking for over a second, anything where any like word gap that's like 2 seconds long gets about to 1 second, so cut off a lot of dead time. All right, so we are going first. We have Beast already, so at this point, we don't even lose to, what do you call it? We don't lose to roll. Just try and get Keen Bodies to do Unchained plays is the plan at the moment. And at some point, if we want to, we can go into Aerial Eater, or I can save it for later. I don't have to use it now. So let us go Requiem and get this all rolling along. So Larry for Requiem, Requiem for Engraver. They can't use the possible Bestial while I had no monsters on the field. I will now try and summon my Engraver, which puts my Requiem back in the deck. I don't really care about my second Engraver. I don't need it. Do I go for Aerial Eater? Because Aerial Eater gets me my Unchained card in the graveyard, so I'm going to go for it. And then if it doesn't work, I get... If they negate sequence, we just summon Shayama, and we will go into Yama, get... What do you call it? So they didn't stop us, so it doesn't matter anymore. So we're going to use Aerial Eater. We're going to dump our Bard, get a Trap Card. For Trap Card, set Trap Card. Then we link these up into... I grab Chamber. I guess I'm committed to the Chamber Fish line. So now we link these into Yama. Yama will then get... I think we made up for an extra body because we opened the Sarama, and it gets to be our normal summon. So we're going to use Yama, get Aruha. If our opponent can't trap now, why? What are we waiting for? Okay, let's see. We normal Sarama. I'm going to set Charvara to put Yama in graveyard where it is more useful. And then I will set up these. So in this particular case, it would have been better to get Escape. Oh, I did not need to do that. I just played into Ogre if I bother. So I basically gave away that I set that. I didn't have a reason to activate Banish. So we will just fire this off and get this out of the way. There are just too many other things they would have responded to if they had something. I probably shouldn't have put this in this zone, so I keep the Decatrons out of the Anima zone. So we're going to summon Sajet, and 2 Decatrons. Decatrons will activate. We'll send 1 spell trap negate, 1 monster negate. Our opponent hasn't used any hand traps, so they can be on lots of spell trap stuff. We have Yama to bring back a Decatron if that becomes a problem. I also have the option of, I have the option of tributing off the Sarama, and I can bring it back with Chamber. Those, they are on DDD. Them having this monster does not bother me. I can negate the spell trap, which is probably more effective than negating the monster. This card has 0 attack, and run out of Dectrons. I card's a card once per turn, so I'd rather negate that. This is a once per turn as a body. I can link summon with it. But who cares in this case? So we will negate the activation or the effect of a spell or trap card, banish it by triggering the monster I control. If they were to activate something like Droplet, not from the trap card, we can chain Chamber to bring back the Travara we just used. Or we use Travara. So we've already activated a card in the main phase. We can't play into the talents more than we have. We've already played into talents. We'll set up Escape so we have something to pop with, but that won't, the next turn, so maybe I should have done it Chamber. That's the problem with doing Chamber early on. So this, they would be encouraged to attack me if they go into, Gilgamesh, negating his effect and banishing him. Would he summon from extra deck? I hate Gilgamesh. I gotta read Gilgamesh. So we go to Griffin related cards. We find Gilgamesh on the list. And Gilgamesh says, this link summon card is destroyed. Okay. So we will not be destroying Gilgamesh. If they make Gilgamesh and they try to use the effect flipping in the scale, we will just use Deviati to negate by attributing probably itself. So were they able to summon Griffin? Oh, it had to be summoned independently. So they're not currently being locked, so... Okay, so I went for a card that I will be negating if they use the spec. Okay, so they're going straight for Machinex, which can't be used in the damage step, so if they try to attack over to negate my effect, maybe they'll try to get to another... What are they going to do? 7th Sense. I mean, you could put all the cards out there you want, because I have Monster Negate. I will Monster Negate it. Okay. With 7th Sense attacks over Decatron, which means we get to use Yama. We will be using Yama to bring back Decatron. They went out of their way to stop it, so we will assume that a Monster Negate is something that beats them. In addition, while we're at it, we will use the Yama to also pop the Escape. The Escape can then float because it can't really do much else. We are all in the damage step, so none of this can be ashed. We will be using the Escape summon, what do you call it? The Abominable Unchained Soul from the deck, and we'll use Unchained Soul to pop the Maybe I do Spelltrap Negate. I'm going to do a Spelltrap Negate despite they went out of their way to stop the Monster Negate. It might have just been because hit a monster on the field. Maybe they thought they could use 7 cents to banish all my cards. I think that's what 7 cents does. Oh, is it protect itself? It has to detach 2 for that. So it detached 1, so now it can't. Maybe they'll go into Zeus. If they go into Zeus, then I messed up. If they don't go into Zeus, then it was fine. But I figured they might need another card in hand to play. That would be a spell or trap card. I don't see how they can summon another monster. So unless they have Zeus, I think we're okay. Otherwise, maybe I should have went for the Monster Negate in the event they try to use the effect of detach 2 and banish my cards. But I'm thinking, we have 2 Inokus on field, one's used, one not used. I don't know what spell trap they would get that would be relevant to them. They're probably not going to be able to do much. Are they on Typhon? I did go in the extra deck last turn, so they are on Zeus. Wouldn't expected them to necessarily be on Zeus. But they can clear all my cards, but I do have plenty of things in the graveyard, which is fine. I think we're vanishing them. Not really. We banish a card in the graveyard. This card says DDD, and this one says DDD. So as long as they say DDD, they are targets for the spell card. Dark Contract with the Swamp King. There a reason to use Chamber? No reason to use Chamber. Alright, so now they can resolve a spell or trap card that they might need to resolve. I don't know what spell or trap card they would resolve that would be productive. I wasn't sure DDD had room in the extra deck for Zeus. They often get locked into DDDs, so they don't often play it. I think it's not like crazy as they play it. I didn't think they were going for a Zeus play. I thought they were going to go for 7 cents, so it wasn't like the worst thing in the world to make that choice. And they're ending, so they are effectively conceding. There's not much they can do here. We have Escape, and we have Deviati in the graveyard, so that'll bring this back. We have, is there Caesar in here as well? We have Aerial Eater, and we have Blue Dog. No, so we will get access to Blue Dog. Not that Burn Ice to summon this and Deviati, but you know. Okay, but use. All right, so we're going to activate. We're going to summon Deviati by banishing 3. I'll leave a note if we want to summon it. Deviati can destroy Escape, summon this back. He will get Kivara. I wish there was a way to get the Aerial Eater back. We do not have a way to do that. He will use. We use Engraver to get Requiem so we can send the Zeus to the graveyard. Yama, do some plays that way. Aerial Eater's trying to banish my Infernoids to summon itself, which is probably not worth it because the Infernoids are a little more valuable than the Aerial Eater. Unless I can put the Aerial Eater back in the extra deck. I have considered playing like multiple Beam to put wins to play Aerial Eater into it. I don't think it's worth it. Let's not. So we will send Zeus to the Shadow Realm with the Engraver. And then we will link off for Yama and do a whole bunch of Unchained plays. Our Engraver for the turn is used. The Shavar is going to be used for the turn. Have I normal summoned? I forget. I don't think I normal summon. And the relevance of normal summoning is I can go for. Okay, our opponent's conceding, so we are at now 49-33. I was going to get back Shyama, but in the long run, I don't think it was necessary. All right, we're back to 2 wins away. We will continue. Opponent has been found. We lose the coin toss. We are going probably second. Our opponent has chosen to go first. Put a setting in here that listens to our opponent's field music rather than our own. It would be slightly nicer because I get tired of the music from our side. Okay, but nice to get a variety of things, but I guess I can't do it from here. So we open Dark Ruler plus Void Imagination, which is good against things like Blue Eyes. We have a double Unchained card. Is our opponent on FPK or are they on Striker? Like, why would they be playing? Generic card that says draw a card. So Striker's the most likely deck to be playing like Chicken Game unless you're set up on a FPK deck, which doesn't make that much sense to be in the Master 4. Maybe more sense in Master 5. Someone just like move it around. But they're on White Forest. That's actually not like that bad of a play. Pretty good, actually. Because they turn their 5-card hand to a 6-card hand. I didn't have a stop for a Stellar. A Stellar is the most powerful of the White Forest cards. Send that to summon a White Forest in the deck, so he's going to gain access to probably Belzat Azumina, which they can then link a Synchro Summon off to search for, what do you call it? Wanted Seeker sent spoils. Oh, they grabbed Tales of White Forest. Maybe they already have Wanted, which is at 1, so they're not likely to have it. So they have the regular pills out of the White Forest. They will send to the graveyard Tails, so it'll set itself and they'll gain access to that for free. They also get to grab a monster, so this could be Lucia, or it could be Azavina Elzet, but Vep. Tails will set itself. And that my microphone is on. Double check that before starting this run. Synchro summon for Lucia. Add a White Forest card or a light spellcaster. There's hand. So they are fetching central spoils of the White Forest, which is effectively polymerization if they can control a spellcaster, fiend, or illusion. A white fiend of all things. Well, the Asaminas are fiends, I think. But they've already had all the cards they needed. They're just kind of like a Folly set in the back row. They get an effect veiler. I guess so. Decent, just random sort. Probably summon Elzet's, synchro summon for something. Oh, a Stellar can be. Stellar's graveyard effect is if a synchro tuner is, if it's used as a spell trap is set the graveyard to activate the effect of a monster. Okay, summon itself, so free level 2, and they get central spells of the White Forest put back in the back row. They could just keep synchroing up into Baron if they really want. They can add back chicken game and draw another card. They have decks at 30. Hopefully they don't have pan traps with this also. There's a lot of engine cards. They searched a lot of them, all off the Stellar. So they had Elzet Stellar in their opener. That was 2 out of the 5 cards. One was Chicken Game. Chicken Game got a new card, but count really. I want the Diavel to add back a spell trap card, because it may be the Synchro Tuner. The only card to touch is the Chicken Game, so they can use the draw card. To search a Sinful Spoils card. Definitely going to get Wanted Seeker Sinful Spoils. In this case, their Chicken Game will be sitting on the board, so I might be able to use the draw card. That'll be nice. All right, so they grab Deception. Deception will get Hollowed. Hollowed will get Muarcielago. Muarcielago will get... Oh, this failed. For a second, I thought they activated Central Spoils of the White Forest to turn it was set, which not do, because it's a birthday spell. So Tails to search, another White Forest card. They have they have Russia, which can draw a card. But they're getting a lot of value here. So Chicken Game to draw a card, then they can summon Russia, and then Russia could Chicken Game to draw a card. They summon Russia, and they use Russia to draw a card by sending a Chicken Game. Maybe they don't want to draw into the Wanted, which they're going to search, so maybe they'll just do this part first. If our hand wasn't so decent, I would at least consider scooping. Drawing a ton of cards. Maybe they'll run out of time. Hope my opponent runs out of time. There's nothing to do. They'll just auto-lose to Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler them and they'll scoop, so they can spend like their 5 minutes playing their turn, and then I'll just play one spell and then win the game. That's how Infernoid works in a lot of cases. We're a pretty high power spell deck. Activate Grass, they scoop. Activate Dark Ruler, they scoop. Activate Imagination, they scoop. Bonfire. I'm telling them they have hand traps. They are thinking, or they are disconnecting, or they're running out of time, or they are having trouble picking their Synchro. So Vera is now on the board. Probably just to give them a free body later. We're almost 1 hour into this playing. Opponent is, what is that, Synchro summoning again? Alright, so they've summoned, oh, what is this? I'm not used to this, this is new. Justice Choroso uses 1 Fusion, Synchro, Exe, or Link, and a Spellcaster. It's using Spellcaster and a Synchro. So this is a level 4 tuner. It's relatively easy to summon. What's the best attack? Well, I don't see why you'd play this other than the fact that it's a level 4 tuner. I suppose they're going to summon Arcielago and then Synchro off into Baron with it. You then use Hollow to add it back to hand. Didn't they get rid of? They got rid of a level 6 Synchro for that, or a level 8 non-sync. A level 8 non-tuner and a level 2 non-tuner. So they converted those into. They converted those into a level 4 tuner. Now they get Baron. Let's see. They have to reveal an Azamina fusion monster in the action. At the moment, I understand they do this so they can send the Sinful Spoils to the graveyard. But why is it that they're even allowed to do this if they don't play a level 4 or lower? Because followed trying to summon a level 4 or lower as when you activate it initially? Does it have an effect that doesn't do anything? I don't know. Something just noticed. Just like, oh, what the hell? Asvina Moa Svirgina. Oh, they sent the quick play spell too. Because this one very. You target an illusion monster in your graveyard and switch to summon it. And when Asvina or Soil's card is activated, you can pick 2 cards in the field, destroy it. Not bad. The only problem with all this is I suspect I'm just going to get Max Seed and or lose to what do you call it? If they have Max Seed, I want to play the challenge because I have Dark Ruler. So this has 2 pops. This is the gate. This is just the body is going to get synchroed off with. So probably level 8 synchro here. I hope they just run out of time. This seems like the board that I was making the other game where I wound up like 34 seconds left at the end of my turn. Just turned 64 seconds. Chaos Angel. And it's made with a dark and a light, so I cannot, what do you call it? They're unaffected by monster effects, and I cannot destroy them by battle. It's draw a card. They've already drawn like 4 cards, so it seems like a really cool version of the build. All these plays were dope. I would like to save their deck list at the end of this, so I'm going to save this replay later, and they take a look at the decks. For all this, they finally summoned Black Witch. I don't know what they can do with it. Are they going to suddenly link summon into its ball? It's part of this burn that I don't really know about. What's the part of this burn? Deception, right? If you're a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard and you control an Asvina monster, you can make your opponent lose 1,500, and if you do, gain 1,500. Put antithesis cards in the graveyard because it was sent at this turn. Spell or trap card zone, you can set it. All right, so they put back Sinful Suppose the White Forest. They grabbed it again. Oh, they have Chain Sylvie to put back. How this card back with that? Well, they put it back to Wampus. IP. Nice. The fusion spell. Probably 4 hand traps. IP. A lot of stuff. All right. And I don't know what their fusion spell can do exactly. We have 3 abominations for them. They have Maxi. Good. And we are definitely going for the deck out challenge. So we will immediately invalidating almost all the cards in the field. Hold on, just scoop. You got Dark Brewers. Doesn't matter if you Max Seed me. I didn't know this was like lingering effects here. This Dark Brewers lingering and Max Seed's lingering. I always wonder what the button did. Button that has like the little Atkins thing on the screen. So your normal Vectron and see if we can stop their spell on the field from doing anything. Or at the very least, we can go into Deviati to be a monster negate. Or a potential hand trap they might have in their hand. All right, they had it, right? Would they be playing Guardian Chimera? That is a lot of space in their deck for that. The reason I'm saying this is I want to know if I should start off with Imagination or start with Abomination's Prison. Let's see if they have Act. At least. We'll activate it. We have 3. We're going to activate it anyway. So that went off. They will grab Charvara. And they fuse into. They have Impulse Plus the White Forest. I don't think they're going to be able to special summon something, so I'm just going to try and fuse and just hope they don't have Ash Blossom. If they have it, then I was never winged. I hope they don't have Ash, and I hope they don't have fusion that does something productive here. They can't remove all their extra deck monsters from the field. They're summoning a White Forest. Why are they doing it? They just put back into their extra deck EFL. This card's negated. Their reason to do this. Fuse. Or because they summon the tuner on my turn, they're going to bring back LZ. So again, our goal is to special summon 23 times. I've just done 2 videos in a row where the cover was Maxi because I went, fuck, they actually have something to summon. Hopefully it just, what do you call it? What are you summoning? They had a spellcaster on the board, so they didn't need to bring this back for that. They 2 cards. They do Guardian Chimera, and they used 2 on field. And yeah, that was a lot of time to sit through that just to lose now. So, they have time. You stuck. 1 turn faster. Ooh. You don't need to be good if your opponent plays slowly. So yeah, that was an exciting game. Oh, another motorcycle driving by. Win and we rank up. I think we lost like twice on this run. Our hand is not great. We're definitely just going to be normal summoning Archaea. Archaea target track the spell. Okay, so we are going to set our spell card. Normal Archaea, and then use Archaea immediately to pop our effect card. They might try to imperm us. If they do, we still have access to Abomination's Prison. They negate it, then we were pretty screwed anyway. We have our Unchained card in attack position, so if our opponent's on, what do you call it? If our opponent is on Tempi and they attack into this with any of the Tempis, it'll destroy it by battle, then we can summon Abomination and destroy the tuner in the battle phase. Odds are we're just die for whatever this is. Centurion, I can't stop Centurion exactly. All right, so Trudea puts itself in the back row, and another one which can summon itself. I think this, can it summon itself this turn? Can't do anything about that. What's Centurion for the ad? I'm afraid of letting them do anything. Our hand is so bad, so it's going to like focus off them. They probably just got called by anyway, so it won't matter. All right. So our Ash resolves on Primera, and then they're probably just going to show me something that invalidates that. So, and Lemma Oath can put a Centurion in the back row. There is Gargoyle. Gargoyles come out. They're going to make a level 12 Synchro. Will they go for Auxilla, or will they go for, what do you call it? Legacia. If they go for Legacia and they pop Archaea, we can summon from deck and then pop their card. For whatever reason, they decide to Synchro Summon using the field spell, which is, I think, this once per turn, right? Sure. All right, so they're going to get Auxilla, which gets a guy. The goal here is that they don't get access to 2 Synchros, because I don't have a hand to beat that. Willa is searching. Still. They waits. Maybe they gave just using it as a way to clear out my monster in a way that doesn't destroy it. I don't know. Auxilla says based on cards and spell trap cards on cannot destroy by card effects. They are putting a guy in the back row. Oh. This lets them bring back the Synchro. So they place the new one at Tree in the back row. It is, this card uses Synchro through the non-tuner, so it is a level 4 tuner / non-tuner. It is a dragon. There's Gargoyle coming down again. That's 2 12s. I think we can safely concede here. Their turn won't take that long, and this is at least Blazar. I can't believe you Blazar. So I will be conceding here. So you what? You opened Baylor on my Fricea. And then played a very fine deck. Very fine. I fired off my Ash, and I don't think I did anything else. So we're 2 games away. Hopefully we get there, because this is taking a while. And after sitting through that other game with the White Forest, I really don't have it in me to sit through a Centurion combo without any interruption. So now you're my combo of open 4 Infernoids Pat. 1 and 5. Okay. Yes, we get that game back. My arm is cut off. So 51 and 34. We're back in our rank up game again. So this makes up for all that time we just had to sit through and waste. All right, so we're at 1 hour and 12 minutes into the recording here. Obviously, that can change based on how the editing goes. Opponents. We are searching for an opponent. We've got somebody. We are ready to duel. We are in our rank up game. They are Master 5. We are playing a guy in Master 5. So they are trying to earn their right to go into Master 4. It's an odd pairing. It doesn't happen that often. Why would that happen? I guess the game is just doing its best to get somebody in the same rank, and it probably just wasn't a player available at that exact moment with the exact same rank that I have. Okay, so we will start off with, I think we will start off with Black Witch, pitching Deviati. Deviati in our hand wasn't doing anything anyway. We have Maxi to their turn. If we need to. The Chamber doesn't do anything at the moment, so we're going to try and make Chamber do something. All right, we can go for a Poplar. We haven't normal summoned yet. I want to save the normal summon. So hopefully they don't have Droll here, because that would suck. All right, so we're going to go for Poplar for original. Original will send Blackwood. We started with. All right, so it doesn't matter which card I set on the board. In this case, it does not matter. We will send Black Witch, summon Decatron, I think. Well, they have it. Not a response. So we are going for Ash for Decatron doesn't do anything. We've already used Poplar, so we're going to use Decatron to send Trulia, and then Trulia will pop our trap card. Use Trulia to pop trap card. The trap card will load into Sharvara. Assuming that this one works. The things that people decide to stop and not stop are sometimes unclear. And we have summoned 4 times, I think. But that is what it is. All right, so we will go for Yama. We'll use Yama to search for Aruha and chain block it with the Sharvar to set a trap card. We've already used Chamber, so we'll get Escape. Escape, right, middle back row column. For Ruha. I do not mind getting locked in the Fiend right now. The only non-Fiend in my play is Maxi plus Poplar. Poplar's still in the back row. I will probably be putting the Poplar in the back row by itself. For Sarama, even though, I don't know, Sarama always feels like it's like the weak play here. So we're going to set a trap. We have a choice of traps. In this case, I will get Escape. And then we will set, so we'll set Escape. I'll move it over to this column. That way, if we do wind up setting anything back here, which we probably won't, we have to make it look like there's an Imperm in the main monster zone, in the middle. So, loading into Sharp. At this point, what are we going to? Do we go for? I'm going to make Rage now, just so that it's available. Thon is a play at this point. I'm actually going to pop my Rage. That way, as a card in my hand to discard for Void Beast, because I'm going to go into the Fiendsmith line now. Do I waste the Yama and bring back Vegachon for protection? Or really just negate it right now? I need the deck front to dump a card. You know what? Deviati's already graveyard. Yeah, let's do that. But perfect breath. Shit. What did I target? I just targeted. I used Rage. Rage targeted Yama. Fuck. Dumb. Why did I do that? I don't know what the hell that was. That was just dumb. That was just a misclick. Shit. I wanted to target the Decatron, and then I thought I changed my mind. Went back for Decatron, so you don't care about that. But I need a card in my hand. I do Maxi at card I can discard. I don't know if their cards could be good if they're on. So, wow, that went all kinds of bad, and our phone is now going to have a card. Maybe I'll draw Thrust. If I draw Thrust off his Magnemite summon, fantastic. It also, he's probably just tired of, like, having the option to do that. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so what are we bringing back? I guess we're bringing back Zekatron to put another Infernoid in graveyard. Destroy a card. Oh, I know we're going to get to later, but hopefully we're done doing their searches. So we will send Sights Moss in case I need to summon the monster. Way to get a card in my hand that I can discard. Oh, I should have just not done this. That was a card in my hand. It's not like a card I wanted to discard, but it was a card in my hand. So now I'm going to be going for Void Feast and having nothing to do with it. I will assume at this point our opponent isn't going to stop us since they let us get like a million miles ahead. So a Requiem. So bring out Engraver. Is there a reason to send this guy away? Maybe not. Maybe I'll do that in a minute. Let us go for a sequence with the Engraver plus the Poplar. Poplar can put itself to back row. Use sequence. Get. Send back Decatron and Trula. That way, Decatron and Sights Moss. And I will actually use Evil to mill part, which I don't usually do because I don't play enough names in my deck. So I can send 4 names. That is going to be the Harmodic, Trula, Moss back again, and a Deviati. If I could make an Unchained Soul of Rage, which is what I think I'm going to do, Anguish, I'll be able to pop it with Thayama. So we're going to use Evil. The second Yama is just to fix the mistake from earlier. So we're going to grab Void Banishments. We're going to link these into... I have Escape here, so I kind of want to wish stuff around. So we are going to get my Anguish here. There's nothing to link with their card into. We're going to get a card discard for the... I will not be destroying spell or trap card in the field. We're going to use the Shyama to use the Anguish to add a card back to my hand. I need any card I can discard that they can't use the, what do you call it, Abystial on. It will now, we're going to activate, fine. Getting really close to like time-related issues. It'd be nice to summon one of these Infernoids, but I have too many monsters on the field. Oh, I can send 2 monsters on the field to the graveyard. Like, I don't have to send... Oh, I have to send the equip part. The Engraver to send the Requiem and the... We're going to overlay Caesar, then we're going to grab Void Feast, and we're just going to summon 3 on their turn. We're going to hope they don't draw Ash per turn. We're going to hope that their Vistial that they search off of this is dead, and that'll be where we hope we are. Though we still have Yama in the graveyard, because we made it second time. We have an Escape that's live, so we get to pop the card if you need to. We will summon a bunch of Oh, they're on Blue Eyes. Okay, Blue Eyes, I think yours probably fell who's to this. Unless they specifically have Drill Beam live already. But if they do, I can technically out Drill Beam with Escape. Avoid Key, summon 3 Infernos from deck. I keep doing this where I'm putting these guys in the Anima column, and Blue Eyes might play Anima. I don't think they do. I should also be summoning these in attack mode because the Spirit with Eyes of Blue is 300 attack, as we said, 2 attack. So if they go into it, they can just attack over it with any of their level 1 tuners, although they search for, what do you call it? They search for Ether Barrel. So 1 spell prep negate, 1 monster negate. They have 1 more spell prep negate in deck. We have Yamato summon it back again. Caesar can negate anything that's special summons except for already face up spells or traps for, but already face ups. Yeah, spells are trapped for graveyard, spells are trapped. So who knows if we'll be able to do anything. Ether Barrel. I don't want you to get a card. I don't want you to have a body, so we're going to tribute ourselves here. If they put a Blue Eyes in the graveyard, I can banish it with Jet. Ball by, I guess I will have to use my Dectron on that. They did not search Abystia. So this way, both of these things get negated. They have 3 cards in hand. Caesar's probably going to trade 1. Escape will probably trade with another. And then the Decatron can float out of the graveyard. And we win. That's a rank up. And we are now 52 and 34 in our run. So we are in Master 3. And we are climbing up to Master 2 from effects. And then the climb will end. So it wasn't the longest climb. And I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, comments, criticisms, leave them in the comments. I'll see y'all next time. Make one of my plays all you wish. I enjoy it. All right. See y'all later.